Hey everyone, I'm Hypno Coach Callie, and today we're going to talk about sugar and sugar addictions, how you can overcome. This is one thing that is dear to my heart. Whether you believe that sugar addiction is a real thing, I definitely do because I felt like I was an addict at one point of processed sugar. Um, I even had a coach one time tell me, which I realized she really just wasn't like the right coach for me, but she said to me one time, when she said, "You can have chocolate and you can have this and that." And I'm like, "No, I really can't, not, because 'cause it'll send me on a spiral where I just won't have 1 or 2 pieces. I'll have, like, 1 or 2 bags," you know? Um, but she looked at me and she said, "You're not an addict." And that's when I realized she didn't get me because I felt like an addict, and I couldn't just at least I felt like I couldn't just stop. So, sugar is something that I is near and dear to my heart because I understand those of you who are going through the same type of thing that just feel like sugar, you just spiral out of control with sugar. So, I'm just going to give you a couple tips and tricks that'll help you move toward getting off that. And I've gone backwards too, so we'll talk about that in a minute. So what I did when I realized I had to stop eating so much sugar because it was affecting everything. It affects your brain, your digestion, your eating because you're eating massive amounts of calories with sugar. Um, and at my highest, I was 255 pounds, which was quite a lot, and a lot of that was really due to my sugar addiction. Um, but so how I got off of it is I started looking up like whole food recipes, whole food desserts, because I always had to have sweet stuff. So, couple of things I found when I started getting that really bad sweet craving midday, at least that's for me, that's when one of them happened for me. I made myself eat before I told myself that I could have any but before I had anything, like, processed or, like, chocolate bars or anything like that, I had to have a whole food first. So, I had to have, like, a whole piece of fruit. Fruit was my go-to. I started out with, like, mangoes and peaches because they were the sweetest, and they gave me the most satisfaction out of that. And then tapered down to, like, oranges and apples. And and, that was really helpful. And then pretty soon, as the snacking over, I wanna say 1 to 2 months. After doing this, I started realizing that I just wanted the fruit. I really started craving fruit, and but one thing I had to do and I didn't tell myself I couldn't have chocolate or I couldn't have any candy or anything like that, but I had to eat that whole food first, no matter what. And I tried to, do it so, like, I had a big apple, so it would keep me full. So and it really did. It really does work. So give it some time. This is a journey, by the way. This is not a sprint. You're not gonna be done with it in a week. Just go slow and give yourself some grace. For the night cravings for sugar, I really wanted dessert. I really wanted a dessert. I didn't want fruit. So I started looking up raw desserts. And I found a website called the Rawtarian, and I found her raw brownie recipe. And this was instrumental in my life because I made raw brownies every week because it was all whole foods. It was sweet enough because it did have honey, or you could use maple syrup as well. Again, the real maple syrup, not just the processed stuff. But it did use natural sweeteners like honey and maple syrup and dates. And you literally throw all the ingredients in a food processor and it's done in 5 minutes. It's the best thing ever, and it's like 5 ingredients. So look up the raw Tyrian if you want that raw brownie recipe. Um, but I started eating those at night, and it was the best thing I did. I put peanut like raw or, natural peanut butter on it and things like that, and I got all my cravings out in some of these raw desserts, which were fabulous. And after a while, that's what I craved. I just wanted the whole foods because whenever I went back to the candy and the chocolate bars or anything like that, it didn't taste right anymore. It tasted like chemicals. It was really weird. My taste buds changed. And now over time, I got into the sugar habit again and I found myself kind of feeling that out of control feeling. That's when I stopped and I went directly back to whole foods. Because it's, just like life, it's an ebb and flow. So I hope this was helpful to you. So look up raw dessert recipes. Look up, and I like the quick ones. I don't like to spend a whole ton of time in the kitchen. Um, Bring in those raw fruits into your diet and have as much of them as you need to get your fill, because the more you eat that, the more you're going to crave that. And then your cravings start to decrease because you're actually getting real nutrients in your body. So I hope this was helpful to you. I'm Hypno Coach Callie. You can find me on TikTok at Hypno Coach Callie. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as Callie Rumpus. So come and follow me. I also have a free group called the Warrior Life Mindset Group on Facebook that I love. So join me. I'm your health coach and hypnotist, and I look forward to helping you in any way I can. Have a great day.